So good afternoon all. So let us start the session. In previous class we discussed about operators and precedence and associativity of operators. In today's class we are going to discuss about output formatting. Output formatting. So what is formatting? I hope you all know the output. I hope you all know Python. So what is formatting? So output formatting is nothing but arrangement of output. Nitish, any doubts?
No sir, no sir. Phone సరిగ్గా పనిచేయట్లేదు.
Okay. Okay. So formatting is nothing but here you are going to arrange the output as per our requirements. Arrange the output as per the user requirements. So for example, so output formatting is nothing but, for example, I want to print a number. For example, so this is the variable x equals to 10. X equals to 10. Now I want to print this message like this: x equals to 1 tab space 10, or I want to print x equals to 10 in new line, or I directly print the x value 10, or I print x value is 10. If you observe that for all these statements we are going to use same instruction, same statement. The statement is print statement only. The print statement we are going to use for to print the output, but the output formatting is nothing but how you arrange this output. So x equals to 10, or x equals to tab 10, x equals to new line 10, or directly you want to print the 10, or you want to print with the help of some string. Okay, for example, you're taking another x equals to 12.3456. Now I want to round this to 2 digits, and I want to print this message in only 20 spaces. For example, this is the 20 spaces, let us assume. So these are the 20 spaces. In these 20 spaces only I want to print this x value, and I want to, this is the left justification, I want to justify right. That means these remains spaces. Okay, so that means output formatting is nothing but you are going to arrange the output as per user requirement, as per user requirement. Okay, this is the theory. The print function statement. So this is the print statement. In print, in brackets you are going to write formatted string. Here you are going to write the formatted string. So for example, x equals to 10 is the instruction. Now if I print x value, so what is the output? It prints only the 10. It prints only the 10. I want x value is 10. X value is 10. I want output like this. Then I want to change this format string. Okay. The output displayed by the print function can be formatted as we like. That means as a user, so how you want to represent the data in that form, you are going to display the data with the help of print function. Here the special operator percentage, I hope you all know this percentage in C language. It is control string, and here we are using this operator for formatting the data. Okay, the special operator percentage can be used for this purpose. It joins a string with a variable or value in the following format. This is the syntax: print and formatting string. Here we are going to give the formatting string, and this is the percentage symbol, and you specify the variable list. Here you specify variable list here. Okay. In the formatted string, we can use in this formatted string, we can use percentage or percentage d to represent integers, to represent integer numbers, percentage f to represent float values, and percentage s to represent string. So for example, this is the x equals to 10. I want to print the value of x, then I am going to use percentage I or percentage d formatted string. And if it is float value x equals to 10.12, then I am going to use the percentage f as a formatted string. And similarly for string, we are going to use percentage s. Okay. So these are the examples. Here I am taking x equals to 10. See practically. Save the file. Program 7. Okay, here I am taking a variable x equals to 10. If I directly print x, how it prints? So directly it prints 10 only. It prints only 10. And how we can print with the help of formatting string? So for example, here I am going to give the control string, that is percentage I, and for this x you are going to give the percentage. That's it. Now also we get the same output. If you observe the 10. Okay. Now I want to print this x value like this. So for example, so value equals to 10. Value equals to 10. Then I change like this, value equals to space percentage I. Space percentage I. Now we execute the program. So value equals to 10. Okay. Here we are taking only one variable. Only one variable. Just wait. Somebody raise their hand. Any doubt? Okay. If you have any doubt, place your doubt in the chat box. So last 10 minutes we are going to discuss your doubts. Okay. Okay, now we are going to take so two variables, x comma y equals to 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20. Now I want to print the values like this, x equals to 10 space y equals to 20. So how I can format the output? Here I'm going to give x equals to percentage d or I. So both are same, and space y equals to so percentage I. In this format operator we are going to specify so x comma y, x comma y. That's it. To execute this program, it displays x equals to 10, y equals to 20. Okay. Similarly, here I am taking string now. For example, name equals to CR Reddy College of Engineering. CR Reddy College of Engineering. Now I print like this. My college name is, After that, we print Sir C.R. Reddy College of Engineering, like this. So how? In this, I'm going to give my college name is, after that space, so percentage, yes, and here I'm going to specify that name. That's it. If I execute this, see this, my college name is C.R. Reddy College of Engineering. Okay, now here I am taking that name equals to engineering. For better understanding, I'm deleting C.R. Reddy College of. Okay, now here the name is engineering. Now if I print the percentages name, what it prints? It prints engineering as output. Engineering as a output. If you observe that, it prints from left side. So this is the left side. Okay, so now I want to print this data in 20 spaces. For example, in 20 spaces, I want to print the data. What is the display here? Here I am displaying some string engineering that I want to display in 20 spaces. Now I specify like this in brackets. If I give 20 percentage 20, yes. Okay, everyone try to observe the difference. In previous, it is displayed engineering. Now it display engineering in 20 spaces and right justification. It is right justification. So for example, I want the left justification. Left side, these are the spaces. All these are the spaces. So how we can eliminate that? Means if you are using some minus here, so percentage minus. So all these are the formatting the data. So formatting the data as per user requirement. In first example, you're displaying only the content of that variable, name engineering. So it displays the only engineering. So next, I want to format the data in 20 spaces. Now that means these are the empty spaces. Okay, now I want to print the engineering from left side. Now I am using that minus here, minus 20s. That means when we use percentage 20s, it will allot 20 spaces and the string is displayed right aligned. So right aligned. And if you are using minus 20s, then left side in the spaces will be deleted. Okay. And so next we are going to see so how to print the character. For example, in this engineering, so this is the index. So what is the starting index? For example, this is the engineering. So this is the string. Engineering is the string. Now in this, the index is starting with 0. That means this is the 0th index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 is R, I, N, G. Okay, like this. Now I want to print only one character. For example, I want to print the character at 4th index. 4th index. How? Same. So percentage C. To print the character, we are going to use C. And what is the index here? I want to print the 4th index. If you execute this, it prints N. Okay. For example, I want to print from 4th index to 7 index. So percentage yes. 4 colon. If you want to 8, then you can specify as a 9 here. What is the output? NEERI. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 is n. So this is the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you specify n means, so 4 to n minus 1. That means 8. Okay. So next we are going to see so how to format floating values. Here I am taking one floating value. For example, NUM equals to 123.456789. So this is the floating value NUM. Okay. So now I want to display this floating value. The value is so what is the control string? Percentage F. Instead of yes, here we are using percentage F. And what is the variable name? NUM. NUM. So first we execute this. It displays the value is 123.456789. Now I want to print only two decimals. So for example, if I want to print only two decimals, then I am going to use like this percentage 0.2. 0.2. If I execute this program, now if you observe that the value is 123.46. Only two digits. After decimal, it displays only two digits. If I give 3F, 3F, now it displays 123.457. If you observe the three digits after decimal. Now, what is this 0? The 3 means after decimal, you want to print so 3 numbers after dot. Okay, what is the 0? Here the 0 indicates how many spaces you want. So for example, here I give 8. If you observe that here there is a space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the space. One space here. For better understanding, we're going to take 12 here. Now if you observe that, so that means in 12 spaces you are going to print 123.457. Okay, let's try. If you observe that, now it is left justified. If you want to print right justification, then you are going to use spaces. For left justification, we don't need any operators. Why? Because by default we are going to print left justification only. Okay, so this is about floating values. I hope you all are understand what is the meaning of percentage 12.3 F. The 3 indicates the number of digits after decimal, and these 12 indicates the number of spaces for to represent the data. Okay, so next one, how you are going to, so here we are using the percentage operator. Similarly, we have another function inside the formatting string. Inside the formatted string, we can use the replacement field, which is denoted by a pair of curly braces. So by using these curly braces, you are going to format the string. Okay, how we can format the string means, so for example, here I am taking the variable a equals to 10. A equals to 10. So for example, I want to print this value, then I use these curly braces, and by using one method that is format. In this format, I specify that a like this. Okay, we can mention names or indexes in the replacement fields. These names or indexes represents the order of the values, after the formatted string, we should write member operator and then format. What it means? For example, I have three variables: x, y, z. X, Y, Z. X value 10, Y value 20, Z value 30. Now, I want to print these values like this: number 1, number, or like this: x equals to 10 space, y equals to 20 space, z equals to 30. So how I print? I'm going to print like this: print. In this, I'm going to write x equals to and curly braces, and curly braces. After that, comma, y equals to curly braces, comma, z equals to curly braces. Now here we are going to use dot format. Dot format. In these brackets, you are going to give the variable names. What is the variable names? X, comma, y, comma, z. Okay, and here in these brackets, you are going to specify these names or indexes. Here you are going to specify these names or indexes. What is the index for this? The index for this is 0. So this is the 0, 1, 2. So you specify 0, 1, 2. If you not specify anything, then also by default it takes 0, 1, 2. Okay, for example, instead of 0, if I give 2, then what happened? Just wait. Instead of 0, if I give 2, then it prints x equals to, what is the 0? Z value 30. It prints 30. Okay, I hope you all are understand. Format function. Inside the formatted string, we can use replacement field, which is denoted by a pair of curly braces. So these are the curly braces. So we can mention names or indexes in these replacement fields. So these names or indexes represents the order of the values. Here the order of the value is 0, 1, 2. 0 means x, 1 means y, z means 2. Or you can specify the names also. For example, here 1 equals to x, 1 equals to x. You can specify like that also. We see the example, then you understand. Okay, so next, after the formatted string, we should write the member operator and then format. So dot format. Okay, we see practically. Okay, here I'm taking x equals to 10, y equals to 20, z equals to 30. Now I want to print the data, represent the data like this: value 1 equals to 10, value 2 equals to 20, value 3 equals to 30. Okay, so how we can print the data? By using the print function. If I print x comma y comma z, then it prints like this. So 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. But I want to print the data like this: value 1 equals to 10, value 2 equals to 20, value 3 equals to 30. So I use the format function. How? This I'm going to give in format, and before this you are going to print the control string. What is the control string? Value 1 equals to, you are going to use this curly brackets, comma, value 2 equals to curly brackets, and value 3 equals to curly brackets. That's it. Okay, try to execute this. So you see value 1 equals to, sorry, spelling. Okay, so value 1 equals to 10, value 2 equals to 20, value 3 equals to 30. We remove this commas here. Value. Okay, so value 1 equals to 10, value 2 equals to 20, value 3 equals to 30. Here I am not specifying any name or index here. If I give indexes, then also same output 0, 1, 2. Same output. So value 1 equals to 10, value 2 equals to 20, value 3 equals to 30. If I give instead of 0, what is the 0 here? 0 is nothing but the first argument in this format function. 1 is nothing but the second argument in format function. 2 is nothing but the third argument in Z. Okay. Now, instead of this 0, if I give 2, if I give 2, here I give 3, here I give 1. Sorry, there is no 3, 0. Okay, if I execute this, now the values will be changed 30, 10, 20. Why? The 2 indicates, this 2 indicates Z. So 0 indicates X. So 1 indicates Y. Okay. And another way to use this format is here I am specifying 1 equals to X, 2, just yeah. So 281. So delete the format, write the value 1 equals to X, value 2 equals to Y, and so on. Okay, we see that. So these are the different types of formatting your data. So 3 equals to Z. Okay. So now instead of this place 2, we are going to use the names also. 1, 2, instead of here we are going to use 3. We execute the same program. We get the same output here. Instead of 1, you are using anything. For example, name Ravi. Instead of 1, we are going to give Ravi here. Same output we got. So value 1 equals to 10, 2 equals to 20, 3 equals to 30. Okay, now okay, so this is about how you are going to format the output with the help of format function. Okay, so these are the examples. The same examples what we discussed now. Okay, so this is about output formatting in Python. So which statement we are going to use for output formatting? By using the print statement, you are going to print the output. By using the formatting string percentage and by using the format function, you are going to format the output of the data. Okay. Anybody have any doubts regarding output? Somebody asks one doubt. So delete the format, write the value 1 equals to X, value 2 equals to Y, and so on. So formatting is nothing but here you can specify that. So for example, you want to align the data right hand side. I want to print only the 2 digits after dot. So that we are called as a format. If you directly print the print statement means you directly print the entire data. So for example, so this is the A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I print A or I print value of A is like this. Now if I execute this, it prints the value of A is 123.4567, but I want to print only two digits. So how I print? In those cases, you are going to use this percentage. So percentage 0.2f, and here I specify that as percentage a. Okay, I hope you understand. So what is the purpose of formatting of data? Okay, so now we are going to see some example programs. So first program, so Python program to calculate the area of triangle. The area of triangle. To solve this problem, so first we are going to know the triangle. What is the triangle? And you know the formula, that is area. Area equals to root of, this is the root. So root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. So this is the formula for area of triangle. Now in this s, for that the formula is a plus b plus c by 2. That means s equals to a plus b plus c by 2. When you are solving the program, any programs, they provide this data. So Python program to calculate the area of triangle. Now they provide this data, area equals to root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c, and s equals to a plus b plus c by 2. Now you are going to move to this output. After you understand the problem, you move to output, input and output formats. Here you are going to read three values. For example, 6, 7, 8. All are in one line only. All the inputs you are going to read in one line. Okay. So after that, you are going to find the area. Okay. In our previous classes, we discussed about how to read the data in one line for different variables. If it is only one variable, then you are going to write like this: a equals to input. Okay. For example, I want to read the values in the same line. So here I am using the map function. The map function, I hope you all know the input. And int is nothing but all the inputs you are going to read in one line, all are integers. And split is nothing but, here I am giving 6 space 7 space 8. So I split these as a individual values. Now 6 is assigned to A, 7 is assigned to B, 8 is assigned to C. Now we know A, B, C values. So you are going to find the value of the S and the area. Here in output you print only two digits. Only two digits after decimal. Two digits only. So I am using 0.2 here. Okay. We execute this program. That's great. So we are going to read three values like this: 6, 7, 8. So we are going to read A comma B comma C. We are going to take input dot split. So now the 6, 7 are the individual elements. Now all these are the strings. Now I am going to apply the int on all these data elements. So I give int comma input dot split, so I can apply this int on all the objects. So I write map function. So map int comma input dot split. If you print a comma b comma c, what it prints? Execute this program. Everyone observe. Here I am giving 34, 23, 12. Displays 34, 23, 12. Okay, execute one more time. Then what happened? I'm giving 6, 7, 8. Now 6, 7, 8 is the input dot split. That means now it split the input into parts. When the space is encountered, that is splitted. Now this is the spaces. So 6, 7, 8. After that, here I am specifying this as a int. Why? All the data, whatever you are going to read from the keyboard, is in the form of strings. So I apply this int function on all these data items. 6, 7, 8. Here I am writing only one time. Why? Because I write this content in a map function. What is the purpose of the map function? Means here you are specifying some function. So this repeatedly apply on these data elements. Okay. In future classes, we are going to discuss about map in detail. At this time, we are going to understand that the map function is going to apply this function on these data elements. Okay. So this is the first step. If I give 6, 7, 8, yes, it is assign the values to the ABC only. Okay. Now what is the problem? You are going to find the area of a triangle. To know the area of the triangle, you are going to find S value. So I write S equals to A plus B plus C by 2. By 2, yes. By 2. Print yes, print yes, print yes. If I give 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 and S value is 10.5. So why here I am using the brackets? Means as per precedence, if you are giving like this, first C by 2 will be performed. Okay. If I give the same data 6, 7, 8, 17.0. Okay, it is leads to wrong results. So you give spaces here. Okay, so yes is okay. Now what is the formula for area? Area equals to root of S into S minus A and into, okay, S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C and root of this. So we can find the root like this also. For example, so how we can represent the root? Okay. Just wait. So for example, 4 root. So what is the 4 root? 2. Similarly, 4 power 1 by 2. That is also 2. So how we can represent the root? Means by using power of 1 by 2. So we can use the exponent operator here. Exponent 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5. So I write exponent 0.5. That's it. Print area. Print area. We execute program. Okay, 6, 7, 8. We get the answer. Is it correct or not? So 20.3. is the correct answer. Here we got 20.333163. Now, as per the output formatting, we need only 2 digits. So, I represent like this: area equals to 0.2. 0.2. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the output. Okay. So now after this, we are going to remove all these statements. Why? As per output requirement, we read the data and we print the area only. So I give 6, 7, 8. Area equals to 20.33. That's it. In this way, you are going to solve the problem. Okay. We see another program. It's a Python program to swap two variables. So Python program to swap two variables. So first you understand the problem. What is the problem here? The problem is swapping of two numbers. So what is the swapping? Swapping is nothing but you are going to take two variables A and B. For example, A value is 10, B value is 20. You write some logic, then the A value becomes 20 and the B value becomes 10. Okay. Now we try to solve this problem. So what is the format? Here you are going to read the two values. So that means you from keyboard you are going to enter two values. First you display, enter first number and you enter 10, enter second number, you enter 20. Okay. First we write these two instructions. We are taking two variables A, B in two lines. So A equals to B equals to, and input enter first number, enter first number. Similarly for B also, input enter second number. And we convert these as a integer. Why? Whatever you are going to read from the keyboard, that is in the form of string. So you convert these data elements into integers. After that, so print A comma B. As a beginner, you are going to write the programs like this. You are going to write two lines. After that, you execute these two lines. Enter first number, I enter 10, enter second number 20. Yes, 10, 20. Yes. Now the first two instructions are working. Now I want to swap these values. How I swap these values? By using many methods, we are going to swap the values. So normally we are using by using three variables: temp equals to A equals to B equals to temp. Now again print A comma B, execute. Enter first number 10, enter second number 20. Okay, so 10, 20, 20, 10. But I want to represent the data like this. So A equals to B equals to. Then here I'm going to write print A equals to percentage I, B equals to percentage I, percentage of A comma B. Ten, 20. It displays A equals to 10, B equals to 20. Same instruction we write at the end of the program. Now enter first number 10, second number 20. A equals to 10, B equals to 20. A equals to 20 and B equals to 10. The numbers are swapped. So this is how we swap with the help of three variables. In Python, we don't write these much of instructions. Simply you are going to write A comma B equals to B comma A. So this instruction is enough to swap the numbers. Ten, 20. So A equals to 10, B equals to 20. Okay. And so by using the addition also, we are going to swap the numbers. So for example here, A equals to A plus B, B equals to A minus B, and A equals to A minus B. So A equals to A plus B, B equals to A minus B, and A equals to A minus B. So these three instructions also swap the numbers. So 10, 20. A value is 10, B value is 20. So what happened here? Here, what is the initial value of the A? The initial value of the A is 10. 10 plus 20 means 30. And B equals to 30 minus 20, that means 10. And A equals to 30 minus 10, that is 20. Okay. Same program. Here we are swapping these numbers with the help of addition and subtraction. And similarly, by using multiplication and division also, we do the same. Here you are going to use multiplication. In the place of subtraction, you are going to use division. If you execute the program, 10, 20, A equals to 10, B equals to 20. After swapping, A equals to 20 and B equals to 10. By using XOR also, we are going to swap the elements, but so these XOR we are going to use when these A, B are the integers only. This is the XOR. Ten, 20. A equals to 10, B equals to 20, A equals to 20 and B equals to 10. Okay. So for swapping of two numbers, first we see the swapping with the help of three variables. After that, only one, by using the one instruction we swap. After that, so by using the addition and subtraction we swap. By using multiplication and division we swap. And by using XOR also we are going to swap the integers. Okay. I hope you all are understand so how to swap two variables. Okay. When you are executing these two programs, you are going to understand that how we are going to read the values, how we are going to formatting the output onto monitor. Okay, so logic is different. Whatever the logic, you are going to know here how you are going to read the values. For example, these 6, 7, 8. If you read the 6 in one line, 7 in second line, 8 in third line, how we can write the instruction? if you want to read these 6, 7, 8 in the same line, how you are going to write the instructions? Okay,